compassion, a love that's never failing. Let mercy fall on me. Everyone needs forgiveness, the kindness of the Savior, the hope of nations. Savior.
This is Chariot.
Yamamuna Amakwa by the Chariot TV as well ha action time. Say nene day di kanya one ye edin kita ho Yamakwa ba biem edeba action time ko say den nwumre bia ye je ebre na ya pensen in December akwa na se mienu bi emu ya hwefo ma hwe ye mfiti I think last 3 weeks there omonim topic a ye edi ho abobo modesty and modernity yahusie emu kwan onyankopon hwehwe se yebefa so Christopher mebu e onyankopon asafo mu anase Christopher e onyankopon asafo mu no kwan ben so no onyankopon hwehwe se yebesiesie ho na yede ahye na nimunyam esan so onyankopon se bebi yakobia no yema yekania enhire na nipa ehu na omahye yeje wosoro no enso animunyam yema akwa babiem ye were live ewo Facebook X and then man Twitter X yes also our live YouTube. It's maybe and just subscribe and then like the page, and then also you can share the link to other platforms, especially so Facebook. I just share the link, and then you can also call your friends na almost no mumbra catch them say time naso mrena enye na omo ene embedi juma no esanse ye nemo ana edi jumedi no enen so masanso enya eye osempakani brother Richard Donko ewo menchen. Brother Richard memo akwaba
ya aja
na pume
nyame adaroma ya ho ye na monzo e
nyame adom yenso ye ho ye pa na baby awo no bibia bokọ de
yegumun kakra obi kroso.
Oh, okay. And see, for the past 3 weeks, I think we've been talking about modesty and modernity. Yahusi si mo kwan onyankopon pese as a mebu and as a Christopher onyankopon safu mo ne bistifa SCC ho ediafa. Mekaisa last week we just touched on a specific parts. We address specific issues. Issues on the buy, we took time and then we looked at one or two of them. I think the one I remember was about what kind of dressing should we don when we go or when we want to go to the beach. And I think answer now cut across into all other areas. Our person will be Sebiano. I think the answer you gave was very, very clear. But for the sake of those who couldn't join us for those for last week's session, me pese obeka bibi kakra ede actually about a recap, just a recap of what we did last week. Said for the benefit of those who are currently joining us for the first time, they would also have a fair idea of where we have begun and then where we plan on proceeding today.
May I say, I mean, share for na ye do massive said then no more no busa questions. Last week, na ye yin sem bisa bia no oba she trouser waye bone. Oba bom mesha waye bone. Questions we na buy na ye bobo hu last week. Na make I say ye we say ye interpret Bible no ayen kofa ya mamre ne amane may ye preconceived mind. Yen kan ye Bible aka. Enti eno na ye adwene ho. Baby biara ni ho a Bible cassette a say oba she trouser waye bone. And as well couple same gym. My example be brave say ade na ye bone enye weather. Enye zamika na mekra me example say ye maame abrewa o kwa afum na enema betwitwa ne na ho nti Church of Christ maame abrewo o go she trouser de kwa afum a wa preach say ye bone ni meaning say maame abrewa na ye bone say wo she trouser kwa afum. Enti ade na ye bone onya de hye nko ade ye bone. But Bible what can say? It dey be by culture na wo susu say trouser enyem mama na e wo wadwene enye Bible adwene nti mi da bia me ka say ene wo ma ye mfam be hye Bible what can be bia.
Okay.
Nti so far as a kata na deja so na end title so closed na enyi ni shapes emu ho no from to bia no because you were female trousers and your male trousers and your kasai two. You study your 1 Corinthians chapter 2 ho no a baby ane ye kenkan no a on kan baby as Bible measure boni na sunsum sorry for ne in sorry bi ogidie say odi nwi kan nwi ho a efra honhom boni ene ye wo wadwene enye Bible adwene. It is all the old white na ogidi say odi nwi kan nwi ho efra honhom boni a it's over to you mfa nkwohye nyankopon asem a ye kan no. Then 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9 there nyankopon wa anka say ubonwi a waye boni. Then we say ma ye nyame som papa na ye som no enkogina say me bonwi a ne boden a na ma wie paye onyame anim. Ne mum no de wie paye onyame anim say oba be siesie no ne begina nyame suro so. No one dance ban padi. And only the most important thing. The way any your mind anywhere streaming costumes anywhere as an athlete. Me your bar me kumrika, me a bema, me kumrika, BNSS and Michelle, me catch you say, Sebi, your mom designer sports wear no crown, no more by you myself, untumrikana, Yamao, your friend is a top and down be a musheguso. Said here one night what they did, and I even almost athletic wears na athletes no wear no crown, they do or stretch and do to be. They do a Christian as or the kind of sports wear SS wash. Then na your bubo so no because the choice is yours. Maybe you Bible quotation kind of pain. But so far as Onyankopon setting a standard there, everywhere you are, whether you are at a game, whether you are at a beach, whether you are at a church, the standard is still there that a Christian should cover his or her nakedness. You don't have an excuse. And if I'm going to do something that I will uncover my nakedness as a Christian, I must exit from there or speak against. It's not because of money or any other thing. So it may be the game prevents me from wearing a decent dress, then I should stop that game. I should stop participating in that game. Because the Bible tells us to shine everywhere. So if they have, because you cannot give me any excuse. No, Christian, you have your right. That is not the only thing. Believe in God. God can provide. These are some of the things.
Just before we continue, and I think it's worth recapping some of these things. And then for the benefit of those who are just joining us, topic I discussing is modesty and modernity, and we are limiting ourselves to dressing and as far as modesty is concerned. We talked about so many things around modesty, but we are limiting ourselves just on dressing. Now, Mekai said, I think the second episode, you gave us a comprehensive definition of what God defines as nakedness. And baby, I pese unyankopon any so no pese ye cover in terms of your public baby, I will say ye cover. I just for the sake of those who are joining us for the first time, and if you could just give us the Bible passage and then you could just recap some of these things for us. Now, you follow from a honomo air corner. Now we just move on.
Now a lesson on the principles bunyame edi atowa mayen say yemfancy. Now you heard the principle.
Yeah.
The exact principle I heard a nakedness. Say when you are dressing, you should dress to cover your nakedness. That is one principle of dressing. It's a mishak that then still now you whom nakedness. I just say it's not according to God's standard. What is the Bible verse? Genesis chapter number 3 verse 21. You study Genesis chapter 3 verse 21 is about the tunic that God himself sewed for mankind, which is Adam and Eve. Based on the tunic, you share Hebrew word, and as you share culture, Israel, the tunic, it starts from your shoulders and it goes up to your knee level.
Okay.
So
Stress it.
your tiles, your tiles now is covered.
Okay.
Osre ehon kata.
Okay.
And the Church of Christ ni o obi biara wo hwe yen no wo dress wo sire mu gu ho a you have uncovered your nakedness. You have not covered your nakedness. It's as simple as that. And ehin biem ni esan hwe. Yeah, when we Exodus chapter number 28, verse number 42.
So the first text was
Exodus
Genesis
chapter
chapter
number
3.
verse 21. Actually, atade onyamidi kan pam de share onipa ewo Garden of Eden.
Okay. And the second one is in
Second
Exodus.
one, Exodus chapter number 28, verse 42. Abro nyankopon ka so mun design trousers ema asofo no. And when me be who the definition of nakedness. Or say pam trouser every one sissy. And see one kneel, one go to him. Na akata one edeja eso. We have through sissy, eba go to you and your sre and not on.
Yeah.
Okay, that is it. Actually, only be who knows definition of nakedness. What do you mean? Isaiah chapter 47, verse 2 to 3. Now I'm making
from the what can see and say me was here na say obi shat hade na say ni sire mu eda ho no mu a ye betimi aka Bible kwan so say nipa no eda deja.
What that deja immodest.
Okay. Ana obi nso ehya atade na otwe de omoka no auto festa no nso a na ne to ho egu ho no mu a eno nso no Bible kwan so no ye ka no saying bit maka say
I don't say immodest and I say when CC in who ye in the sense that when you say cover your waist, if you waist ABC was go to them it didn't know torture.
I see.
And even in dressing, say your Bible cry even in dressing. So what say idea your friend underwear no, it should not be exposed. They require dress code. Yeah, dress code. And the boxer, it should not be exposed.
Oh, and a boys no PS and almost say life
dressing. They are live. Women dressing. Yes, you are trying. Dressing women. We need to be out dressing. And say, inano you. It's any non one for sebi. My main can man so dear. Brazier, inner wear. What shot? Because you wanna boy thing.
I see.
And you go out to man be said you to me brazier, but then the brazier and take her and your proper dressing. Idea be in a piano, it should not be exposed. And they say, you oh, and the overhead dress code crown out steady about dressing, and you might think it will crown a Bible kind, but it tells you, sir, and just say, yeah, your money pay.
I'm trying to bring the questions now. Yeah, the last time, so the be more went to me and share they'll catch up. So I remember say you made mention of wedding dresses, and some of them say it be no immodest. And no say in shiemu obi anim say oba no ene ni kun enti anomo ho no miti no so oba no pamatade bi na sebe say de wo kan wo se fiti na betri ekoka ni sremu but usually wedding intade na ya na omotaishe ni binu motaishe no mo se na ne kokosu nyina egu ho sebe mpanyimfo manimu na ne nofo eho nyina no egugu honum but eno no so ye kase nhyiamu wedding ceremony does wedding ceremony change onyankopon standard and I just want us to clear that thing and then move on.
And then I'm saying that Midi Kanka said nothing can change God's standard.
Okay.
Be who you are. If you are a Christian, during wedding, be who you are. One more example.
Okay.
See if we social drinking. Social drinking just say be on sano. And you invite to wedding and a party and boys for and obiama alcohol beverage said no. Because what James said a obi party one day per minimum sanity. therefore no me number akwa na ye den mo say yen adwene no we me nya ne da bibi na aba social gathering bi na aba na me ye baako bi so e bi na wo kan we me wedding na me yi sebi me mpoku ya ho de a kire we ne boni amaye ne sen enya ne boni amaye ne say Bible say wo ye ade a wo ye de aso nyame ani ana wo ye de aso nyankopon ni and I'm not can Galatians, Missy Nyaka, and yet preaching working Kwana Paul count. Was this when you party a wee biano? So, oh, yourself the best so would nipper near. Then you ceases to be a servant of God.
Of God.
And every Christian is a servant of God.
Yeah.
So therefore, let your light so shine among men, so that they may glorify God. So where they now, why don't you exhibit a good character? For the young ones ever when they say, sister dear, bra kwame dear, they did what was in the right side of God. Instead of copying those in the world. Every time I remember example say, deeper life in deeper life in bunduku, white you a wedding. Opa can I think that is the dressing a decent. Why Jidi Coco true faith. Omo your wedding. They wear decent clothes. In the Church of Christ, I saw for one there. If these ladies wear, immodest dresses to weddings, we cannot speak against. Yeah, the disaster and our Church of Christ in church there, me see a bedroom may be best son. You to miss bring cancer. And yet, Bible just or bad cat town who see a few or her. But you have a basic good to you. I don't know how wedding to be you for go. Sebi. It's not right. Okay. And I'm saying yes soon. I mean, Bible say, let your light so shine.
Okay.
2. You be read Galatians chapter 1 verse 10.
Okay.
Even Peter Cracker, was it Peter? Was it mean team mo and I who should we listen to? It's wedding, so this is the dressing. Should I listen to the word or I should listen to my maker who has given me a standard of dressing as OBI? Any excuse, any idea, no? Say any na ye be pay and just say right. Ebi ananim na enim. But ne ye for you my dear is right actually. And yemma ye can shrine decent dressing. Bible na can our 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 8.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yada was in Chichimu and Yama any recap power. What they ama yeti for near Sheffield na yakoso I kaya Sheffield say live or Facebook, YouTube, X, and all other social media channels. Do well to subscribe and then share the link and then invite your friends as well to join the program. Program na ye no munti ani ye program nti sa obaswa na what they comment ato a comment section honom ne hu baby a wo hwe efi wo question nso a what the question beto honom. Before we sign out today, no, I have a special announcement to give. Internal, just keep on watching. In the course of the program, no, I'll give that special announcement. I know almost all of you will be excited to hear that announcement. Into what and to our program, no, also. I'll give that announcement in due time. But before that, no, preacher last week, one of our brethren who watched us, viewers, obisa a very important question. I mean, who said comment section, there were lots of interaction that went on over there. Me perceive a share the question now obisa Bema Isaac Meza. Make sure say or sharing see me no ekase. Isaac say honwa best say best send and as drop a comment near who say one honum. But last week we send a question B and we promised to give you a response because we keep track on all the comments that come in from all angles. Now question no any the media to say, what about those who use Bible to prevent women from wearing earrings, marriage rings, and anything jewelry, but the men put on cufflinks, belts with gold or silver belt hook? I think he was referring to passage na ye kan Timothy Homano.
Okay.
Yeah. So where the method the amount.
Yes, I'm working kind of I want to be brave problem. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm working kind
Yeah, First Timothy honomwa.
Yeah, First Timothy 1,
Okay.
verse 8. Aircon.
Yeah. First Timothy chapter 2, verse 8 or say, I desire therefore that the men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands without wrath and doubting. Verse 9. In like manner also that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel with propriety and moderation, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly clothing. Verse 10. But which is proper for women professing godliness with good works.
Nti aha sɛ wobɛgyina na aka kyerɛ obi sɛ wɔhyɛ ɔbɔnyi a wayɛ bɔne a Bible anka ne saa wɔ ha.
Mm.
So wobɛgyina na aka sɛ ɔbaa de kyɛn to ne kɔn mu na wayɛ bɔne a aha Bible anka ne saa.
Mm.
Ɛtɔ da bi ne yɛsua Bible na yɛnto yɛ bo na yɛmbreak it down. Or make it a comparison. And I work at the most valuable thing for a Christian woman. Last week, Michiche Musa. It's in a simple understanding, which I say, Anne, if you must say any boarding, if you want to change go on Komu, yeah, a war boarding.
Okay.
Yes, so Timothy, catcher one say, and yeah, no net dressing, it will be any. There was a castle or baby dressing. Anaasɛ ɔbaa bi asiesie ne ho yie a ɛnyɛ deɛ ne boɔ den no. Na mmom ɛyɛ ahosiesie a ɛgyina ahonim pa ɛso good judgment. Ɛgyina nyamesuro ɛsoɔ. Ahosiesie a ɔbaa no ɛkataa n'adagya emu. Ahosiesie a ɔbaa no apue a nnipa atwa ne ho ahyia nyinaa bɛhu sɛ ɔfɛre na obu adeɛ. And you'll be an new asem. And only the conclusion part of everything. And the na who could not get you money sharing. Money in share. I'm sorry because we share wedding ring. However, minimum sorry be a much earrings as almost a wedding ring. We in your logic.
I have wedding rings, you know. Me say wedding rings, earrings, and Crawford Taika say, Israel for Koya and Kwa Egypt, no. Ana yɛbɔbɔ ɔmasom ntokuro nti no sɛ wohyɛ minima sorry bia I think sɛ ahwɛfoɔ bebree ɛwɔ anim saa denomination na meka ho asɛm no sɛ they frown upon earrings because they claim say these are remnants of slavery. And as Christians, because we are not slaves, you know, and once you share a year and as a boy also a share earrings. It's not for Thai canisano.
You're working kind. Say na de ne yeboni a yenko kenkan. Say omukọ nkwa asum na omukọ share ya. Kameko Exodus chapter 35 verse 22.
Exodus
35.
Okay.
There be a ebi school to Bible.
Yeah.
Ebi mo botai ni na say je nsumade ne nkumade e de ye ohonyin esom no. Aaron. Any Israel from when the bi gina. But the answer at the corner somebody I am a yankupon. Young Exodus
Genesis.
chapter 35.
Oh.
Exodus chapter 35 verse 22.
Okay. Exodus 35 22. New King James. I'll say they came. Exodus chapter 35 verse 22.
Mame ma abako semunti on.
Okay.
Fair free. 4. Kind 4 kakred mame na me hade.
Verse 4. And Moses spoke to all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord commanded, saying, Take from among you an offering to the Lord. Whoever is of a willing heart, let him bring it as an offering to the Lord. Gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple, and scarlet thread, fine linen, and goat's hair, ram skins dyed ram skins dyed red, badger skins, acacia wood, oil for the light, and
First one, you're
spices for the
brilliant.
anointing oil. Yeah.
I say gold, silver,
Yeah.
bronze, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then right. Why your announcement in area covers 20.
And all the congregation of the children from Nyankopon. Yeah.
Okay, young verse 20.
And all the congregation of the children of Israel departed from the presence of Moses. Then everyone came whose heart was stirred, and everyone whose spirit was willing. And they brought the Lord's offering for the work of the tabernacle of meeting.
So when you want
okay.
Amu besi tabernacle mo Nyankopon. Enti said obi an free ni pemu obenya de aba me si tabernacle no on famra to asoma yen.
For the work of the tabernacle of meeting, for all its service, and for the holy garments. Verse 22.
Okay.
They came, both men and women.
See, how do you mean? Both men and women. Men and women.
As many as had a willing heart. And brought earrings.
It's not exactly no say earrings and no say.
Almost shit.
But like we are so you could not quotation but could be a night. Yeah, hammer. I'm say a Christopher is we are pounded the Mr. for us and work a man Christos sombreso. But yeah, right. Onyankopon e shia dan kra ne tabernacle. I didn't jiji the year. Mo boss one my
earrings.
Earrings.
And nose rings. Rings and necklaces.
Necklaces.
All jewelry of gold. That is every man who made an offering of gold to the Lord.
Yeah, the first man you're bringing.
I think wabobo question all the jewelry now Isaac Ebisai and wabobo ni so hard to say. And those were the exact things on Nyankopon. Eji ye Moses ji ye de Onyankopon shia dan no eho adwuma. Yeah.
And Moses na ji you. Nyame na share Moses one kind of Nyankopon na ji directly.
Okay.
Nyankopon Moses there you can make catch na worker. Oh. Edi Onyame na age na ade. Was me pay gold, me pay way. And was a man ma and my people no more much mumu yi your rents. Everything na bro Nyankopon. That is a tabernacle for God. What here? Young court Numbers 31, verse 50. Young go had their
Numbers.
9.
Chapter 31.
Verse 50.
Okay. Now, a kaya force action times. I think now joining here. We are looking at the question regarding the Isaac Meza at the SND. Numbers chapter 31, verse 50. Can you New King James Version or emu? Or say
31, verse 50.
Therefore, we have brought an offering for the Lord. What every man found of ornaments of gold, armlets and bracelets, and signet rings, and earrings, and necklaces, to make atonement for ourselves before the Lord. I see.
Education when we just say earrings say bunny, way your bunny. I don't have bunny. I'm going to get the year. Not I. For the case when you're going
I think that is. Yeah, that is what the point is. Anke your bunny and Konyankopon would have rejected it.
Well, rejected it. Apart from the any baby of boy earrings also. Dressed in original. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 8. I didn't in original. The question of the Christ knew a home quite fair or share ring, or better was some idea. But here can is a man decent. Idea ye canon, ye swing idea.
And moderation.
Because it's a ring give you a hobo on the moon sembe. Oh, yeah, she's man moroso, man decent.
But also for don't say TV share earrings. Then they over here Obama so earring
That's
kesiye
so
setting.
yeah, right. Kunkwana. That be any Bible baby I said a pamphlet from any baby I said or by I say as my dear why born. Even Israel for na manfo ko to cry my prove right said no mo share and when you go pon the year then to my ni share 9 hon kwan bam. I know
Okay.
you can have money. And you'll be out my life. First Timothy and prevent earrings. No.
Yeah, that was it. Nyankopon in show. Yeah, but to a nejumedi no eso. And then we want to look at dressing for worship service. Say ya
Yeah.
ye onyankopon emba na onyankopon se we onyankopon an hu hu. In fact, okay, kan ya panda da no emu a there was specific atade a ɔhyɛ ma Aaron ene ne mma no when they are approaching the mercy seat and they are approaching the tabernacle dankasa no how they are supposed to dress. What the back pamfoforo mu a epesi ehu do we go to asɔre a how should we dress like atade bi akeke ani ese hye de kɔ asɔre a. Now that's my first question for the general Christian. Say opese okosom nyankopɔn, how should we revere onyankopɔn na yɛkɔ akɔsom no, and how should it reflect in our dressing?
Say we are still under the principles of dressing.
Okay.
We should cover our nakedness, right judgment or good judgment.
Okay.
We should feel shameful. That shameful attitude, you show, and it should exhibit godliness. As a man, who's in your these are the four things that different. Yamra, me kwa sora kosumo nyankopon. Ni titru ne ye memma ni bi. Ma memra ye memma ni bi so. Where anya ho de sua de yesua. But to get an opportunity to lead in the Lord's church, it supersedes all other leadership on earth.
Yeah, because okay, during our leadership.
For you to get an opportunity to lead in worship. Meaning, say that we have a worship one this year. You did not make it grow. The passion. I say, yeah, find a sebi home be ni titru ye Church of Christ for me. Eti wa fight adi bia no di bedi sumani. But it's suban bia man no di bedi sumani. And you suban wan say me can and they can dressing. Bra, bizan say tika Kufuado and a guy say bedi nanimu a. Say ka Biden and a friend say bedi nanimu no nko ba bia. Bizan say ye na wa te kokko so otumfo na say bra. Le bedi manim ye nko ba bia. Bizan say ka tade be na abehye. But one na you bu omo ahoteefo ni nara e wo nyame anim omo na afro se menua be di anim na ye nkoto nwoma nyankopɔ what menua ana ta na
wo kind of it elevates the thing to a different level because ahoteefo
nyina Christians are saint.
Wow, that's true.
Enipa ye ho ntimpo enipa ye ho ntimpo mama famra form on this ye be 6 March.
Yeah.
Now wo ba e dey leader titi wo ba na leader. Hwe eka ogbo wo no ho. Said you obetumi lead school for nkra no ama ne ho aye fe. Anasa obekọ program no na leader ye hwe the cost. Na kwasia da dru. And many na ahotifo memma ehia e wo mpata bi mu le local church na memma ehia ho ni na no ahotifo ni na se da bi bra kwame wona nebedi yanim na ye mannwom so nyi ye nyame aye. What kind of dressing are you bringing before us? Yengin go achire na nyame de wo chire ni efe
so mo ta ka se nyankopɔ hwa akomamo nhwe ni so
ene ka man no ro mo homra sorry. I know say. Oh yes. or baby about our permanent shot at it, or your jeans be not teach at 272 go on from Russia. Say, I'm a I don't know, you come my dress in the I remember I know then by a man, so dear. We give excuses. Me and I mean, so when I say dressing is dressing. Eji say I'm what if when you use a bed in you many movies, and you many here can be preachy and I say can be decent. No. Remember, Casa bought tire now, could she cool suit and nena me maker. But wear a decent clothes.
Yeah.
Because you are leading saints to worship God. You are leading saints. I don't know. Yenina wouldn't would the air call. Leader in service. One out the air call, some one out the air call. If you need in air, how? No, I said, T-shirt, I do cowboy is here. Tidano only man, you know, be a cowboy is here. Yeah, getting free. Yeah, over Canazo. Who believe in lost supper? No, actually, negative in your T-shirt. What bet me? A table negative in your shirt. T-shirt, not a big, you know, I had a classic, sebi, and a classic. Oh, sometimes, yeah, you can't say you're married. No, yeah, can't say. When it comes to worship, a man may start to lead a lead, you know, dress decently. What nasi? O man temumu, munkromu. What clothes are considered as decent? Yeah, it did many more a real period.
I hope there has to be a distinction. So people who can't decent na Crawford Adrian Kwakota yes suit tie there be. We are not talking about a particular type of atade, but said you will stress it on what do people consider decent? And it shouldn't necessarily be something expensive. Yeah.
No, it's not be expensive. And I'm trying to say it should be decent. Oh, when you are coming before the throne of God, if you are coming to lead the saints, then your dressing should count, your preparation should count, everything you do in service. Yes, sorry, you know. Ambo,
story now. Just say obedi. Especially now we share an important. I say one to some.
Yeah, so as I was I know I say. Interview. Job interview. Job interview. And I will be wedding. Wedding.
I see.
I don't know Benjamin money I who biara. Agent Shrub Benya Media Shan. I don't know money show or sumo. Oh, soon as them you lead a crana. Oh, by church. Worship. Mammy, my example would be saying be sorry there and carry a memory be. Yeah, those are dressing bassa. Minia. Among boy your money you. We should dress decently. And you restore crana dress ye. Me what principle being life said. My dear be a me be a I am so pajamimba. And me principle I'm the we asking.
Okay.
I did be a me in Libya because it is a money premier. That change so muy beer. My comment and I mean comment.
I see.
Me principle no. Me can't say change no beer. But I did be a me yes say. Me money premier. And I will do things that me ban on Casembi yebi no so yede o yebi.
Yebi, yeah.
That is the life. I'm busy believe. That's the same thing. It always dress decently. Now, yeah, me know me you show ni share entire bi. Me kai abra na me wo me preach you baby. Na every Sunday na me be Lord's Supper. Help us. As a helper and grad be mu. Church of Christ. Me say helper as a some appointment be as a car bear from crown crab na ye. Ti my helpers na obi a shefu banana moto mu hani na go on the self go bi na eyu nsa ha no dey fu you know ya odi necessity any odi eninsa no obeba bo ze bi free ti na moto mu o pepa na ho sone na me say said major will pay the amount of our pet decent dress brand now for be my dear. And yet, me design be. So it came to the point that I'm restricted. Say, probably do worship on quality as a shirt.
Okay.
The color, I don't care. But a shirt. Say the back cover will be a very big general or the bread in the movie or month from say, you were in you, hopeful, holding egg. But see, I don't. All these things. Oh, what? Sebi, you need be brave. These questions, you ain't going to Bible quotation because Mumu suit mota bruni be addressing. Mungo promote culture because the Bible no anya yem fam promote bi culture. Edi Nyankopon ango kan mengo kasi nyame kan. Endi bia ye hwe ne ekoso wa asori na sofo bi di ne esi fam say ne chenchena na ne mu babo tai apsheshet because bia the one group paint.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm interested free Bible mutie ne ye. Obezi ma quotation chese chenchena esi babo tai be lead e be preach any Bible ba bia. Na emum no said you be present ye be kanyame asem dino. We should present ourselves in a decent way.
Also, sometimes when you are going on evangelism, na say yamfani say ye nuanom Jehovah Witness for or mahokeka asempaka ejumem when they are going out that Muslim you see them like in their meaning baby say na the same thing but maybe be aname wono when they are coming out for evangelism akolao penio and you see them in their suits. So on she suit crana or she shirt with a tie. It's when they are coming and then like you said you give them that respect and that attention. Say whether you are not, you get what I'm trying to say. Say appearance. It helps people to give you the attention that like you are actually soliciting for. It's when you jija ya sa and so be fire sa. So what I say. So we should be very, very careful how we approach some of these things.
I don't know a man no. Emra man so.
Oh,
a man ye ba was sorry mu. A man no ye ba was sorry mu. To dey be ansem bebre sisi. Ma yesua de we ka ye first episode ni ye ka say a man ni hawo.
Yeah.
Ejo ba o kwa sorry misrew shatade kata usrem wa unim satade ni etia enti na wuduru ho de handkerchief kata usrem se na unim se kaya wo de handkerchief kata usrem why dey enti ama na tena se a wo say handkerchief no da cover the srem wa unim se usrem guo only o say enti na Bible ka say good judgment wa unim se ade ata na kenenye ana godu aso dem wo de handkerchief kata usrem all the katawata de name. And baby ones will be rassing them. No, you know that session boha. Well, you say step baby. I walk on it. Say what they show. Oh, it do say, yeah, when you conscience ni judge you. It was a baby or bash or not tired in the bush go out. When I know you do, but you handkerchief. No, that session boha. Your point I do it. Why not that? Oh. Wait, said over to be Muslim Tidia was sorry them hones animal and man of Mistram. Oh, ba sorry, Shata, dear Kata, you could drew could be. And Shata was a down, pim, sebi. Now, 2 new sebi, you no feed the Ginamu, a man, ye ni high. That's what I saw them to sebi, I say. Another one would need Nenina Akatakata. Oh, no, I saw Pimo quite what tin. Oh, no, they banner no my wusu say a man breakfast that was also in an baby. Was a point sorry, I will hope a man back chiana, yeah, I can't want child. That is no my chow, won't go idea you about sort of bear back shower and everything out by him and as a man uncle. Oh, it's all quite sorry there more. I could soon ya mere. Said they won't to be musin tea, your best throw. Ma wa hu sie nyina the principles no so na anko to be musin tidua.
Okay, one other thing, I just want you to help us about dressing now. You know, parents play a very important role, especially the leaders. And I say, papa, any mama, no, say, enkwala, ewo honomwa. what may some of these principles that must underpin how
Good.
we dress as Christians. Say me a parent, that's a share program where should I be interested in or should I be actively involved in the kind of intadie mema idia mema eshana and as a ninja mema ne pe ema o matadie bi omo pe bia no omo kokrom na so omo pa omo beka na omo beji sika nkoto. Should I be interested in that? Bible say na Bible kafa ho.
Me da say question we be say me de papa ni kwade wo misakra ka me ameka. Yeah, the nneɛma bi adi agorɔ wɔ Kristo som mu ne. No krenya me anim. Church of Christ, and sorry bebree. Ɛdeɛ na America. The American in ani sɛ Bible kan ɛwɔ Proverbs chapter 22 verse number 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yeah.
Come you ano. And this other thing nkete show ma ɛwɔ mo nkra brɛ mu a. When they are old, they will not depart from the dressing you gave it to them. And the Bible formula ne da ho ye adwuma. Train the child the way he should go. When he grows up, he will never depart from it. Na papa na me ba we no asoso di tire ho na entade no esoso ne pa na sebi wa hyehyɛ ni kan nkete. Train the child he should go. When he grows up, he will not depart from it.
Because
in the
in Pimpi na ofo no kaso we de so sa we de akono ben na den na obehu wɔ ne ho a ɛbɛyɛ obi akono so they almost more shata bia keke.
Train the child he should go. I want to imagine na mini asem bia ka. Eginia wo de hye no no na onyini a wo beto aso.
Yeah.
Eginia na ye maya ni bi dressing nya efiri omo maame no antade a wosusua no. Wo so wo de hye na no be used to that cloth no.
Yeah.
No be used to that cloth. Na ne hye na be ne de. So, na ne hye na be ne de. Edi minu mi enu atete won abibi mamu say no say ye pentoma style say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like atade a bon enchi heat no me
yeah.
Enchi very good. And ye atete yen. Enti utu kwan wo ho kra be ka wo show African print bi ne ayesu on. Culture no ye nye one day dey develop o. Oba broche so mo dress nye ni na ne se omu susa ne no a.
No yeah.
Me try your high school. Edru summer year. Entade a maya di bad. And no maame no dressing na the same thing. We share na maame wo Walmart and one and anybody be by school. Omo sebi omo tuhu ni na go.
Yeah.
Enti efia wo free mu no. Eto da bi e kire ahu. Enti se ye Christopher ye mani susa ye wanta de papa ye nton hye wo mu wo ye oba wo ye ba mu. Me en cheche na hu siesie bone. Onim my example be me ba boy penny no.
Yeah.
Se me namfia na minika. E pia to me to a. Uzo be tweko soro mame.
Oh, okay.
E wa bra bia me ye me more bet na ayekọ form. Mo ze be na nam dem ha bu anu abesom no atweko soro.
That's right.
Adenje. Onyini wonya bra nu tan o. But obi ze ene se me minika to. Me papa penny no kra na bia me di na nam dem ha go sister na dem ha no. Me tweko soro. Oh, indeed. These are some of the things that accreditation na nye. Na dey nkra be yi omo to ho ne sabi. Daddy tintin no ye be hye ma na ho ye amanfo. Ya say omo ha ye fe. Menua da je on kenten so. Eje ye man dressing decent modesty na omo nyini a omo to media to aso. Asema ye kan.
Ye be da was bebre ye koso kaya hwefo so we are live on Facebook, we are live on Twitter and X. We are also live on YouTube. Say, Afe now join here. This is Action Time. The program is Modesty and Modernity. We are focused on dressing, and then we are discussing, or we'll be bringing the most of the sessions to most of the topic. And our topic in the baby and Nyame Adomwa next week. Mark it on your calendar. Nyame Adomwa next week. It's a Bibia Kosu year. We would come your way again and invite questions, live questions. You can phone in and submit your questions, and you would also do our best to give you biblical answers to them. So far, question topic I discuss on dressing. No? So it hasn't been cleared, and I say you still have queries, you still have things you are not clear about. What do you to next week see a bar, we will provide the opportunity for you one-on-one offer into the program, and then you ask your questions. We'll give you that opportunity because I share for no Preacher Donko, they've continued with us for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And they've engaged us on the comment section, and so we want to give them that opportunity to also partake of the program. Said the bear nyina yɛbɛhu kwan a onyankopɔn ɛhwehwɛ sɛ yɛbɛtumi asiesie yɛn ho na yɛho siesie amfa ɛyɛ musuo anaasɛ amfa yɛ ankɔ ɔbɔnefoɔ ɛkwan ɛso nti no nyankopɔn yɛ adom a mark it on your calendar next week nyankopɔn yɛ adom yɛ ba we will provide a venue for you to call into the program and then ask any question and as a contribution bibi you think that you want us to hammer there, and I say you have other things you want to throw more light on, I will give you the opportunity to do that. But mainly, no, we would ask for questions. Na yetimi amamo answers. Okay, Preacher Donko, I think before we go, no, I want us to look at a few things, just touch on them. To say, in society, no, is gradually getting off track. Because off track, I didn't really see those things, but as time went on, I think that the globalization of the world, has gradually made it possible for some of these things to become common. I'm talking about tattoos, piercings, and Nyama etetesa. Because I never saw anyone who had pierced naso more than once. But as time went on, that was the first time I who said Obi that was the first time I saw someone who had pierced the ears about 3 or 4 times. And I never saw a tattoo in my life. I never saw anything like that. But I know that it is becoming common. So I know that it is not strictly under dressing, but I just want us to touch on it as far as this topic is concerned. And then you're signing out. What does the Bible say as far as signing maniamano is concerned?
Upon the so-called in the Old Testament, in the Leviticus chapter 17, verse 21 to 23.
Quickly,
Leviticus chapter 17, verse 21 to 23.
Okay, Leviticus 17, 21 to 23. I think Leviticus 17 is 16.
Is C16? Leviticus 19, rather.
Okay. Leviticus 19, chapter
19.
23. I'll say
28 or 28.
28.
Leviticus 19, 28.
I'll say, you shall not make any curtains in your flesh for the dead, nor tattoo any marks on you. I am the Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want a man for Jinano. Where a palm that demu and church.
Yeah.
Yamra a palm fufu.
Okay.
The ba palm fufu as a meka se menya Bible nyina so dia mawa. Nam your true for.
Bibia say ni ho.
So what kind of pain say wa palm that demu. A bata tunes mono. Se menya bi wa palm fufu mawa. Nam your true for. Name that ye china na ye dibu ye ho atan Romans chapter number 14 for Romans chapter 14 e ba ne ma bi say ya ba bi china Romans chapter number 14 verse 3 16, that's 19, urban.
Romans chapter 14, 19.
Urban.
Okay. Therefore, let us pursue the things which make for peace, and the things by which one may edify another. Verse 20.
First one,
Okay.
the back question be say, say me ye tattoo, me ye piercing, me ye way no. Ahani bigina.
Oh,
Adi a
okay.
we nyame sum bia no. Ahusiesie a wusiesie de wo ye no. Etu nuanum sintidua. Ana bo nuanum abaso. Ehye wo nkran. That is the bad maybe say ahani bigina.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Eje bia say me wo Jamaica, ti me wo Jamaica. Na me ye dreadlocks. And too many nuanum sintidua. Edi entina ye kwaka say ti say we dreadlocks airport. Me my examples view.
Okay.
But if you come from Ghana, na soft donko, me ye dreadlocks are. Hey, bia me twi bi. Sani hu me. It ye bet to me nuanum bi sintidua. Ma me make this example. And it said a men to me nuanum sintidua, gina de na minka. Na emma me ni nuanum ntemu enye dey, enye kam. Sana Bible na kam.
It is a metawasi ya. That's say bibia emphasis said example now you see and say dreadlocks in itself no enye bone.
Very good.
No society no how they perceive that particular culture no and as dreadlock no that is what would define or kwanya is a Christian so no or faso I don't know if I got you right.
Enti o hwe hana wase said ye wudo wu nua no na mpese wo beto ni sintidua nti na pese one ne tena na wo hye ni nkran nti no ye niema a ede asomdwie ani onua nkoso ebeba.
Okay.
Mama example bio. Oba America. You preachers be bre omo ye dreadlocks.
Oh, okay.
Church of Christ. But okwa Ghana na kwa ye preacher na so ye dreadlocks a. Aso ni be jade a show. Who is that Ghana near tattoo da? I'm a example.
Oh, okay.
Oh, winning. Nitty I don't know, so what's now vote a cratchna emphantic a crack. Only how much you would go on sound. And you
oh, okay.
I don't know about so. And I tattoo.
Eh, no be a
and I just have a draw scorpion to my betting gun tattoo.
Yeah, no for the other scorpion. That's
because I've had all my distinction. But tattoo, yeah, tattoo. Tattoo, yeah. Because you're talking kind of palm that them was see even po and fact in true piano.
Yeah.
But my minimum, my example, no, you know, votarians, you know, fantasy, no. Oh, much more, yeah. I get tattoo.
I see.
Tattoo. It is a quite powerful from years to a bill, Christosuma Bresna. Me, ya quotation, I say, obi training, I said, I'm a much room didn't go on. Say tattoo your bonny wa pamfu from my mamma mo tattoo ni no mako bonsam bio. Wo koye ne sa pen wa be no so rigid. Oh. E pa san so a wo ka sa manya nyankopon kan wo na wo kan ma no. E na Bible ne ka say enima bi wo ho na we should consider our brothers we are worshiping with. O ga na to ni sintibia. Bra, stop it.
I see.
E bia de ne kenya bone. This is my example. This is my example. Be so. Over America, a man to me the chain to a night.
Oh yeah.
And to be a Sintibia. Ghana. Now the chain got to a night. Never to me my crystal for Sintibia. I know when you chain. Oh, and you might be what? Who do you go catch a Bible? Family go near Bible quotation say pain where your bonnet. And I say a chain. I mean this is one you may be.
Okay.
My example be. Go back bridge the highway. Where they in you may be. A man be shake jeans, sorry. Because the other craving shake jeans.
Yeah.
I want a bapa. I want my uncle trap bass or that. Now, Bako Ghana, and of my donko. Honestly, Bonnie Jean Pan or the back was the other sorry. We did this of my donko. I find where you are. Why, a more company for the veteran at hey, not Adiana, we, oh my dear. But if you have America or the choir, sorry, will be a cast of my donko. What's the point I'm making?
It was
a Ghana. ye mu say into the Bible say back to the sintidua jayade no yanko kakra nti no de aduane for example but yanko verse 21 no ye had you.
Okay. Verse 21 or say
Uh-huh.
it is good neither to
Mhm.
eat meat nor drink wine nor do anything by which your brother stumbles
And one no. To see you.
or is offended or is made weak. Do you have faith?
Do you have
it
faith?
yourself before God.
Mhm.
Okay.
What's the point now? It's your questions be saying no. Ye nya Bible quotation. But do you stumble your brothers a two nuanum sintidua? Ni ni ye no. Say no husifa. O say ni twa so bra. Ade bia be ye bia giri say e betu be e bia na nya boni o. But e betu nuanum bi sintidua ana wunya.
I see. But just to make this point clear about those things now, I think sometimes we should also look at the physical a friend is saying physical aspect of it. They cut tattoos and piercings now. You see, some of these the chemicals sometimes they use in making these inscriptions on the skin. Some of them are very toxic. It's in as much as ABA it might look nice as people like it. ABA I draw study all kind of scorpion be a Betty and something there. No, we should also remember so Yankopon Eddie and body Eddie and he wants us to keep or maintain our physical bodies. So anything that we do to harm the body in terms of destroying it, we should also be mindful of that. I believe that
Yeah.
enjoins that from
Onyame
us.
tu ya pete ye ni paduare ye na sorry dan.
Exactly.
Na mame mo example. Edere bi a me guys em be ye so foforo, me be ye preacher foforo na. Akwa bi ano, we should try that ko bunsem dem. Ko we should try that ko bunsem dem. E ma no preach it aba. Edere bi a se won sua Bible no no ba bi a. No wa ye na ye preach it ya pe. Wa ka ya keka buma. Ma mu za question bi. Ebi a me yare. And as a coming nine to me. Nyango was a present here body na a temple, but mo twa na mo twa.
Oh, we will try. Hey, so
And what is the interpretation?
Yeah.
And what is the interpretation of presenting your body as a sacrifice, as a temple of God? What does it mean? What's the point now?
It's what I say.
Oh, so what one point now? If you say minya car accident, na masuba akutwa, I have not presented the body as a temple of God.
So the accident.
Excuse me, my say the accident in me body no ba akokra. Okay, operation surgery so there na any man be brain no or kokra say any surgery. There say can be kind of body no.
Yeah.
So no one maintain body no. Let's say na nyame de ma o ana.
Yeah.
And also that be me ga say tattoo ni you ana na me ga say you but me be say quotation we one night first no and e dey kasa ansem we. E wo 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 19 to 20.
Okay.
But it has its own interpretations. I'm better me so.
Okay.
Le mom nyame nti o ka say me dey na operation na me ko wunti na me body no man tumi amfa amro ye. Nyango na me body no e car accident na maso twa.
Okay.
Say we see ase che say yemfa body no say the nyame dey am e fa san koma na san na ase kire dey a. See what point na say?
Better what say?
And e ma me mo dey no mo twa o mo san ho kra no ma say body no.
The point we
very good.
Sometimes point na you make no.
Okay. You are looking at in a scientific way.
Yes. Yeah.
And a biblical way. You confirm it. Sa quotation, 1 Corinthians chapter 6 no ba say nyame say ye ni padua no ye ne temple nti just ye say no e bi say ye dey paint tattoo. And I'm so be say na yare ba no e twa men san so e. Oh, eti sana but say the work no.
Yeah.
Who be in a biblical point of view? Na me nya Bible nyina so. But we never too near sintidua de anko ye nto. Go unu ehu a ye ni gidi enyini ye no ebu na bam. And na wo watching just say by scientifically.
Yeah.
Paint in this animal no accepted.
Because
but na point no say akofa Bible quotation bia be kan say nyankopon say nipa bia. And
then
I'm
it
make sure
becomes
say,
okay.
you're a point me.
Mate was it. It's a see a chichibu pepe because yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think the points you've made is quite clear. Say,
yeah.
untimi nya a specific Bible reference.
Mean
Eche
they
yes,
kind of paint we are cartoon, we are body.
but we should be mindful of the yeah and say and to
Yeah, I will say, yes. And another more example, about America, I do the chain to a nine and two beers in Tibia. But who the chain got to an hour Ghana, or shake jeans, and a trouser or bow qua, sorry, a minimum as a messy. Indeed, and I, Miss Baby Virginia, Roman chapter 14. A bassa know what we soon good judgment. Why didn't
yeah, that was also a kite, of course. Said I mean, so made the physical aspects, you know, say
aspect
most
of
of
the
these
scientific
things, yes, the scientific aspect.
So health, good.
Exactly, chemicals now more use, you know.
Chemicals,
in fact, research has proven say some of these things, you know, it to me causes some forms of cancer on the skin.
It's true.
And you could even contract some infections in the course of making some of these piercings and then branding and tattoos on your skin.
Yeah.
That was it. Na yakoso so ada yahwefo omo ajebre na omo ahwe I think 50 last 3 weeks and then the fourth episode yebeda omo nyino ma se yakopon ya adom next week no we would invite all questions. May what questions be brave. May I prepare questions at the amount. So it's all prepared very well this week. Then next week, you know, when our callers call in, we can also provide them. You can provide them with the answers. With the may facilitate at the amount. You know, major last words that we are signing out on today's program.
The American in answer and where who says here the call was sorry. Mumma who sees here the call sorry. And say, you need your ferry, the bunyan coupon. If you see your buyer, your bema, your leaders of the various worship acts, no, you're dressy. No, you're so step at the IF. We are no so the American is a Christopher baby, Virginia. Mumma who sees here not strong. Infrafufu. Mama ye need nipa dodo achi ne yankoye bone. Occasion bia no ye ma ye nyamisu enadi. Kakra meka.
You better was be preacher don't call Yankopon in shop papa. You better have phone now so as Yankopon yard man necessary a kind no. Ye mamu kwai na mo so let me afre into the program. Questions as in bisa bia hobia let me bisa na yen so yet me aboa mo anu yi a ewo honom ewo Bible kwan so. Ye da ma asem age bre na ma hwe yen dwumedie we. Ye besre se mo bekoso a ahwe Yankopon yard man next week se ye ba mo akwamu a na modem questions ni nyina aba. Yebekra mo nyina Nyankopon ya adom next week yebehia mo. Bye bye.